Look at what we are tracking for you right now. We do have some active weather out there. We've got some rain across central Pennsylvania, rain finally getting up towards Binghamton, New York, finally breaking our dry stretch. And rain has a little batch of steadier rain now exiting off the coast of Jersey. What you'll notice is that you've got the winds from the north here and then winds from the south or even a little bit to the east here. We do have a front in here, but you'll notice that when the front comes through, it's not that you're going to notice a big change right away. There is rain on both sides of the front. Philadelphia, here we go in Center City. Some more showers coming our way. We've got rain up here again. Another batch of rain heading over towards the western end of Long Island. No doubt there'll be more delays at the airports, including at LaGuardia. And then watching for some thunderstorms, tracking them now. We're heading out along the Cape and Boston. We're watching very closely your forecast today and down towards Foxborough because, of course, the Patriots are home. We've got football tonight to talk about, Chris. And we put this into motion. You can see we've got more rain and thunderstorms expected right through the afternoon, right into the evening. So while there'll be some breaks, it's not necessarily going to be a long break. So be ready for showers and storms today, Chris.
Now
so 8. We're at 8. The count is 8 for the season in the Atlantic. I'm going to talk about the Atlantic Basin and where we are here tropical-wise. You know, we now have Tropical Storm Henri, and I'll get to that and where it's going coming up. We also have another area to watch coming off the coast of Africa. There's another spot in the very active Eastern Pacific to watch. Tropical Storm Linda, you know, is weakening but still out there. And Kilo, you know, still has a couple of days left in it, maybe 1 or 2. But let's take a look at Henri. So winds at 40 miles per hour, became a tropical storm last night. It still doesn't look terribly like it has its act together. We watch it curve and it will eventually move over some cooler ocean water temperatures. That plus we do have a front that's going to be heading off the coast of the U.S. So watching it make this curve and turn and then track over towards the east. Winds are going to be at 50 miles per hour Saturday morning, extra tropical as we get into the weekend. You can see where it is right now. The low level circulation is still over here and the convection is still over here. So it's still not all lined up. Thus, we're not expecting any rapid strengthening. And then this is the next area to watch as it continues to track towards the west. We're going to be watching this area. It does have a chance of development, but again, like every other system this season, we'll have to watch that shear and the dry air across the Atlantic. And with that, let's talk more about the next spot to watch for development by this weekend. And we're going to take a look at what's coming your way. What kind of air is coming your way? St. Louis, 55 degrees is a threshold we're going to use to say this is the taste of fall. The last time we were this chilly was May 31st when our temperature dropped to 54 for a low. Look at Sunday morning. We're going down to 50 all the way down to 50 degrees. And I bet some of you in the burbs will be out there in the 40s on Sunday morning. Plus Atlanta, Nashville, Memphis, all going to get a change as we watch that second front make progress. It's not the first front, really. It's the second front that comes in by the weekend that brings in the cooler air, but really the drier air, the lower dew point air. That's what's going to make a real difference for those of you, especially in the south. Now, we take a look today at temperatures in the 50s and 60s. These are high temperatures that we're talking about. Traverse City, 62. Chicago tomorrow, not even getting into the 70s. We're going to be in the low 60s. Cincinnati, by Saturday, this is your high temperature, 66 degrees. And look at Sunday, Atlanta, 74 degrees. This is the high. The morning is going to be nice and crisp as you start your day out there. And dew points are dropping. Chris, I think this is probably the most important point is that watch.
Of course you think it's the most important
part.
part.
This is when you step outside, you will notice the air has a crisper feel to it when your dew points get down into the 60s. And it will, even 50s, it will happen.
All right, Jen, good stuff. Where to go? Sure. No, it's everything about the dew point. It's relationship to storms. It's relationship to how you feel.
Exactly. Every single day, Dan, you can find a reason to make a useful tip out of the dew point. How's it going to feel when you step outside? Where are there going to be thunderstorms?
Where to be the strongest storms?
Exactly.
So much going on.
Update, and we're still watching Tropical Storm Kilo, which is not too far from Japan, but it's continuing to weaken and really will just unfortunately exacerbate rain in the area. We're going to be watching for Linda. We've got another area to watch in the very busy Eastern Pacific. We talked about Henri earlier. That's continuing to move north very quickly, and a new area to watch in the Atlantic. But let's focus on the Pacific side of things right now, where Linda out here is, barely hanging on. It is weakening. It's going to become extra tropical soon. And what you'll notice, a couple of things from Linda. One is, there's not a ton of convection, but there is moisture, and that moisture is going the opposite way way of the track. So you look at the cone and you think any impacts, if any, from this thing would go that way, right? But not true. The impacts are all getting drawn up here into the southwestern U.S. That's where the moisture is coming. That's also the direction that the swell is going as well. So the surf is up on the beaches of Southern California as well. So here we go with that moisture track and where we're expecting some extra moisture to get injected into the atmosphere. We're talking California. So we've got some rain chances coming our way in the coming days, getting you into the weekend. We will be concerned about the threat for some flooding in spots. There are some flood watches already up in parts of Southern California because we could get some heavy rain at times. And even though we need the rain, too much at once can definitely cause